Hello, everybody. So, I thought I would touch upon intermittent fasting since it seems to be a trending topic right now. I've seen it in the papers, social media, influencers are talking about it. It definitely is making headlines again. And now I've had some practice with it. I thought I'd give you my benefits. So, five key benefits I've got from practicing intermittent fasting. And I will say this, I don't do it on a everyday basis. It's something I put into my eating cycle, if you like, when I want to. Okay, I do find it useful doing it maybe once a week, maybe even bi-weekly, um, but I don't plan for it necessarily. Okay, I just try to do it when I want to. Okay, and I'll go into it. It kind of ties up of why I will talk about the benefits. Okay, and why I don't practice it every single day. Okay, so obviously there are many ways of practicing intermittent fasting. The one I particularly do is 16-8. Sometimes I'll push it for 24, and but as I say, I don't necessarily look at it as in this is one way of doing it. This is how I'm going to do it. But I'll kind of roll with it and play about with it on how I will how I feel on that particular intermittent fasting phase. Okay, so first of all, why did I do it? Well, I suppose first of all, I tried it for the very first time during COVID, where pre-COVID, okay, I was doing powerlifting, and I did compete, and I wanted to further go into further competitions. So it's very much eating a lot of calories. So when you're eating a lot of calories, intermittent fasting doesn't really play well with that because it leaves you eating a huge influx of calories in a smaller eating window. And some people can still do it, but it tends to leave you obviously feeling a bit bloated, okay, where you may not necessarily want to consume those calories in that amount in such a short window, so therefore it doesn't play well during those times. So once COVID hit, obviously I didn't have the equipment at home to lift like a power lifter. So I had to lose weight, and I thought, well, listening to Mark Bell and some of the pros around intermittent fasting, that I thought I'd give it a go. You know, I mean, I love new challenges, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. For me, going without food for a set period of time didn't make sense, obviously pre-COVID, but now, well, I've got no reason to not try it. So I just thought it would be quite a challenge for someone like myself who is a big eater. And yeah, I decided to give it a go. One of the reasons why Mark Bell said intermittent fasting was good for him was because it did allow him to maneuver around his calories, okay, to when he actually wanted to consume them. And I like that idea. You know, there were windows where I wasn't necessarily hungry, but because it was the 2 to 3 hour mark, you had to eat your protein, otherwise you're going to obviously lose your gains. That I forced myself sometimes to consume protein without really wanting it. So knowing from somebody you trust, like Mark Bell for me, where you could still maneuver around your calories and eat protein, let's just say after 16 hours for the first time, and not lose muscle, there was no reason not to give it a go. So I like that idea where I could, when I'm not hungry, not eat, move those calories to somewhere where I may want to eat and hungry. Therefore, it was a great idea for me. Okay. And like I say, I wanted to see, I didn't really care about the science behind whether it was good or bad. It states, I've seen many commentators, influencers, scientists, okay, articles around it helps you potentially live longer. It reduces inflammation, improves brain activity. I mean, insulin sensitivity. It apparently it does all these wonderful things to the body, but there's also many articles, influencers, and scientists that state the opposite. But I didn't care about what the science says. If I wanted any of those benefits, I needed to try it myself to see if it worked for me. Because although the science is suggesting it could or it couldn't, okay, different people are clearly experiencing different things from it. So I thought, well, let's try it myself. Okay, as I've always believed, you are your best scientific experiment. Okay, so therefore, give it a go. So let's crack on with what my 5 benefits from intermittent fasting. Okay, and these are my benefits. It's not to say that everyone's going to receive those benefits if you try it, but these are mine. First of all, okay, I noticed a clear increase in energy, and I can't really explain this. Okay, maybe it's to do with obviously your blood sugar levels. Maybe not. Maybe it's to do with something else. Okay, like I say, I didn't really I obviously did care of why it was happening, but it wasn't necessarily the reason why I was doing it. I noticed an increase in energy, so therefore I knew it had some good impact, okay, on having more energy. Okay, and one thing I did like about this, and I suppose it's not technically an energy boost, but it allowed me to be more productive in, for example, for me in the morning, okay, which is when I did my best work. Okay, I'd have my cup of coffee, okay, crack on with work. I wouldn't be sitting there, okay, waiting for, okay, I need to eat. Okay, I need to eat. It's been, 2 to 3 hours. I need to eat. Okay, and I'm not thinking about food all the time, so therefore I could be more productive. Okay, and I think that helped my energy, because when you're into your workflow, you're on a roll. You don't have that interruption of going away and having a meal, okay, or a protein shake or whatever you're choosing to have. Okay, so that helped my energy as well. Okay. So what else? Number 2, I suppose, the challenge. Okay, I do love challenges, and this was a big challenge for me. When I very first started it, okay, I was hungry, I'm not going to lie. But the challenge, okay, was accepted. I knew it would be tough at first, and I persevered, and I extended. I think the biggest fast I did was around 22 hours, which may not be a lot for some people, but for me, that was quite a lot. And I was happy all the way through it. I was, as I say, my tummy was rumbling a little bit, but I gave out when I started to get a bit shaky, and so yeah, but I did enjoy the challenge. And I suppose that's my third point, is that one of the benefits I got from it was it teaches you, or it taught me, okay, about the difference between what is a hunger signal and a boredom signal. Because when I got stuck into my work, okay, goes back to my point 1 about energy. In my workflow, okay, I didn't think about food because I was focusing on work. Okay, so therefore I knew I wasn't hungry. It's the boredom. It's when you're sitting there. For me, if I'm sitting at my desk, got nothing to do, I start thinking about food. I start thinking about when's my next meal? What am I going to have? Okay, what's in the fridge? What do I need to eat before it goes bad? Am I going to meal prep this particular meal? Okay, so I can make multiple versions of it, or am I just going to have a single meal? Okay, and maybe eat something different a bit later. Okay, so it taught me the difference between what is true hunger, okay, and what is fake hunger, because you're just bored. Okay, without doubt, okay, one of the best benefits I have got from intermittent fasting, so point 4, is maneuvering my calories around when I'm actually hungry. Okay, I thought this was just fantastic, and I brought up this point and point number 5 in those 2 principles I told you about. Okay, I won't bore you with it. I'll put the link if you want to read about the 2 principles. Okay, on in a different time at a different time. Okay, but one of the 2 principles, okay, is it is intermittent fasting, sorry, which allowed me to move the calories around to when I'm at my most hungry. Okay, I get more hunger, okay, as the day goes on, okay. And if I ever want a bigger meal or a treat, it's always during the night, okay, or getting closer to the evening. I say in the night, not obviously waking up in the night, just towards the evening when I'm kind of got my feet up in front of the TV, okay, and relaxing, watching something, I start thinking about food, okay. So if I where I'm not hungry, okay, or less hungry during the morning, if I want to fast, I can push those calories instead of consuming them when I'm not hungry to the evening, okay, so I can still hit my maintenance and still enjoy a feast or a treat, okay, without going over my daily calorie target for that day. Okay, so maneuvering around calories when you're most hungry was a great benefit to me as well. Now, point number 5 is very similar to point 4, but slightly different. Okay, so instead of maneuvering my calories, I can maneuver when I want my bigger meals and smaller meals. Because if I push my the window, the intermittent fasting window, let's say 16:8, if I can, okay, eat all my meals within 8 meals, I may still not be hungry, okay, or hungry for a big meal when I finish my fast, so I can have a smaller meal and then have bigger meals later, okay? Or in that 8-hour window, I might have one big meal, okay, very rarely to be fair, 2 smaller meals, okay, 1 small one big one, 3 medium-sized meals. I can pick and choose, okay, how I want, okay, to eat my food, okay, which is dictated by that intermittent fasting window. Okay, so as I say, point 4 and 5, they're very similar, okay, but I found them quite different, okay, and those are the 5 benefits, okay, that I found from intermittent fasting. Energy boost, okay, challenging, teaches you the difference between what is true hunger and fake hunger, okay, maneuvering calories to when you want them, and choosing the portion sizes of those meals when you are in your eating window. Okay, so I thought it, like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say, look, you know, I'm an expert in fasting, but it definitely has helped me, okay, and whether it has obviously improved my inflammation, okay, or insulin sensitivity or whatever it is, okay, I'm not doing it for those reasons. I'm doing it, okay, because I enjoy doing it and for the 5 benefits I get from it, okay. So if you want, okay, to give it a go, you should, and you might receive good benefits, you might not, it may not be for you, it's not for everybody, okay. Like I say, if you're eating in a calorie surplus, it may not be the right time for you to try it, but it definitely is worth trying, because I've got, you know, very good benefits from practicing it. I will continue to practice it, and as long as it serves me some kind of good benefits, then I will continue doing it. So guys, happy to take any questions if you want to ask me anything, but I hope you've enjoyed this, okay. I just wanted to kind of, as I say, relay some kind of information around intermittent fasting, because it's very much in the headlines right now, and there's a lot of people arguing about whether it's good or bad scientifically. Okay, who cares? Try it for yourself, see if there is benefit for you, because if there isn't, all you need to do is eat something, okay. But try it. If you are a person that constantly thinks about food, it is a great tool to use to help you manage your hunger, okay. I never thought, I mean, when I told my mum for the first time I was intermittent fasting, she first of all, she needed explaining to about what it actually meant, but once I told her, she couldn't believe someone like myself would do that, because I am, well, I suppose I was, but I still am a big eater. But instead of eating big all the time, I can pick and choose when I want to eat my calories and bigger meals. So guys, yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Okay, take care, and hit me up if you've got any questions. But if not, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.